Testing 1 2 1 2. Let me know when you win. If you are able to hear me, you can click the little box at the bottom of your screen. There's like a picture of a chat box, and I don't know if you have an account, but you can comment and say, "Hey, I'm in," or I can see it or see you. All right. Try to comment. Try to comment up on the live so I can see if you on here. Okay. All you need. I'm trying to see if you can comment real quick, but just make sure you get something around your piece of paper and your pencil. I'm trying to send one more of this real quick because it shouldn't take too long. Hey Siri, open YouTube. Oh, all right. Okay, I see camera on here. All right. Okay, I see the comments now. All right, I see your comment. But how do you pronounce your name? Anthony's. All right. So you watch it if I look at it. All right, let's start it now. I see that. Okay. So hey, we got Annalise, we got Cameron in. So Annalise, I want you to do one thing for me real quick before we start. I want you to go get a little piece of tissue or something to shade with. We're gonna be shading. So get a tissue. It ain't gotta be a big piece, it could be a little small piece. We're gonna shade with that. Or if you can find it like a little Q-tip, you can find like a Q-tip and you can shade with that. I don't have any Q-tips right now, but you can, if you can find a Q-tip, you use like the little tip of the Q-tip to shade with. So get that if you can get that. I'm gonna set the tripod up real quick. So now you just need something round to draw your circle with, a pencil and a piece of paper, and something to shade with. So you can use a pencil, you can use a tissue, you can use a Q-tip, or anything like that. You say, can we use troll paper? What's troll paper? Is it like some type of hard paper? You can use, I was telling my nephew last time, you can use anything that's texture. So you can use a t-shirt. Oh yeah, toilet paper. That's what I got. I got toilet paper. Yeah, yeah, you can use toilet paper. That's all this is. It's toilet paper. Yeah. So yeah, you can definitely use toilet paper. So first thing we're gonna do this real fast because it don't take that long. First thing we're going to do is trace our circle. So So you can put it wherever you want to put it at. I'm putting mine like right in the middle of the page. So trace your circle. Use your whatever you use, like your top or whatever around, and just trace your circle. When you trace your circle, try to trace it as light as possible, so you don't have to press down hard and trace no real dark circle. We're gonna be erasing the lines. This is just to guide us. So just trace your circle as light as possible, but still seeing it, but not too dark. So yeah, put my pencil on now. Oh, there you go. So trace your circle. And I'm just using this as a guide. So I'm gonna be erasing these lines after we done shading our circle in. I made it a little dark, but you can make it lighter or you can make it just as dark as that. But you pretty much want that. This is just your guideline. So yeah, you can use the same toilet tissue that you use when you use the bathroom, the same kind, same kind. Okay, a Q-tip, that's even better. All right, the Q-tip pretty decent. So with the Q-tip, you're gonna use one end, that's the fluffy end, and that's like you can use that to shade with. And the other end, I will cut the other part of the Q-tip off and pull the fluffy stuff off, so you use it for like shading too. So I like using Q-tips, so that's a good one too. So let me know after you drew your circle and you're ready just to start shading your circle in. Yeah, circle. Yeah, Q-tip. I wish I had a Q-tip. I'm gonna go buy some probably tonight or tomorrow. So I definitely need some Q-tips. So let me know once you was able to trace your circle, so I can show you the next steps. And let me know if you can't see like my paper. I can try to zoom in or make stuff darker for you. To be honest, I don't even see the circle. You don't. All right, I. You don't see it? Okay, my bad. I can make it darker. It might because my lighting. I'm not. I don't really have no good light. Let me see if I can make the light better. Ugh, I'm sorry. Then it's nighttime. Come on. Do you see the circle now? I thought I synced it. see it a little bit, but I can make it darker for you guys. Just so it can be darker. I can make it darker. Even though I'm going to be erasing the circle anyway, but it, so I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. I'm using the circle just as a guide. That's why I wouldn't make it as dark, but I'm gonna make it dark just so you guys can see it. I'm gonna be erasing it anyway. Okay, you done? You ready for the next step? I want you to draw like a oval shaped circle right here at the top right corner. So it's like an oval. You don't have to make them lines dark either because you're gonna be erasing them too. That's just to guide you. So we're gonna make it seem like as if light was coming from this direction, and that's where the light hit in that circle, and it's gonna be the shade this way. So draw a real light circle. It's an oval shaped circle, but draw it right there. I'm gonna keep going, and just tell me to stop or slow down at any point. Because it's only 3 steps. After this, it's 2 more steps. So, and then I want you to draw like this can be dark. So I want you to draw a kind of like a moon shaped line, or so we're gonna just do this. It's gonna be the guide for the the shadow. So mine's kind of crooked, but you can if your I know your arms probably straighter than mine, but that's cool. So that's it. So we drew the circle, we drew where the light hit, and we drew the shadow line. So that's where the shadow gonna come. So I want to give you a couple tips and hints. Whenever you see something, it's always lights and dark. So if the light was coming from this direction, the opposite of light is dark. So if it's the light hitting here, it's gonna be dark up under here. That's a ball. So that's why we need to know our value charts from light and dark. Let me know when you give me a thumbs up when you're ready for the next steps, when you have completed the circle and the line. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't know if I lost connection because I lost connection up on my screen because usually I'm doing like a screen record and saying I lost connection. So next we're gonna draw the shadow up under it. Let me make sure. So I'm kind of behind. All right. Next, we're gonna draw the shadow up under it. So we're gonna follow this little guy right here, and we're gonna just do a line like this and a line like that. Oval type shape again. And that's for the shadow. And that's the guideline. Yeah, I'm sorry about the bad lighting. It's just it's night. I really don't have my lighting set up like it's supposed to be, but hopefully we can still get through this. Let me copy and paste the link to somebody else that want to watch the YouTube video too. So let me copy this link. My bad, Annalise. Share, copy link. I'm gonna paste it to this person. All right, we in. Can you go? Can you go over it darker? You want me to go over the last step darker, the part that I just did? This right here. All right. So actually, if you want, we can just shade that in. So it's all this right here. That's gonna be this. That's gonna be the shadow. So we actually can shade that in, and we're gonna shade it in from the bottom of the line, and just shade that in. That's gonna be all shadow, and that's from the light hitting the ball and it's cast and it's starting to shadow. So we can fade all that in. A little trick that I do is the farther you go out, the lighter it should be. So if you start by where the line at, make that as dark as you could, but as you come farther, lighten up on the pressure and don't make it as dark. But you can just shade it all in one nice little shade. So we gonna shade that in. So so that's gonna be the shadow of the circle. So you see how I got a pretty much one basic color. It can be darker right here by close by the line, but as I get farther away, I want it to get a little bit lighter. That's gonna be the effect that I'm trying to get. So don't worry about filling in like you see I got like little patchy spots. That's gonna be okay because we're gonna use our shading stick to shade in the white spots. So next, what I would want to do is the cast shadow that we started earlier, just bring it up a little bit more so it could look more like, make it look more like it's going all the way around, like where this shadow at. So okay, next what I want you to do is bring this shadow as close as you can to the line without touching the line. So you pretty much filling everything in without really touching the line, so you can get that so you can get that 3D effect. So as you can see, I'm shading it in, but I'm not ever closing the line. So it's really like I'm riding that same little outline spot. If you can see it, I know it's kind of far back, but I'm not closing. It's like a little space between what what we just filled in and a little space between that. So we not really coloring it in. We just getting it as close as possible so we can get that effect. Let me know when you done with that shading part, and we can go to the final step in that shading. See, it don't take that long. We'll be done in 5 minutes. So that was pretty much like a 30-minute tutorial real quick. So you say you're done. Give me a thumbs up. So I see that you said that you're done. So give me a thumbs up if you're done. Let me get a thumbs up if you're ready for me to continue. All right. So next, that shading tool that I had you make, or that I had you get. So if I know you got the Q-tip, but if you was to use the tissue, you would just fold it into like a triangle or it's like a pointy shape. So I'm folding it the best way I can until I can get a triangle or some type of tip, so I can do my shading. Or I didn't teach you this, but you roll up a piece of paper, real skinny. You can roll up a piece of paper and you can make you like a tortilla. That's what they call it, but it's like a shading stick. So you can roll up a piece of paper real thin and shade with that. Or you, like you say, you use your Q-tip. So you got your Q-tip and you got the fluffy part. So what I would do with my Q-tip is start shading, and is with your Q-tip shading the bottom of the shadow so you can get that shade effect. As you see, it's getting smooth. So now it's getting smooth, and that's And it's gonna be your bread and butter when you learning how to do portraits is your shading. So this will make all paintings and portraits look so good. It's the shading. So that Q-tip that's in your hand, that's gonna be your secret weapon that don't nobody know about. Like how your portraits look so good and your drawings look so nice. It's gonna be because your shading stick. So start shading. Also shade the inside of your circle too. So shade every part except for the inside of the circle that we made earlier, the oval. That's where the light gonna hit. So we're gonna shade everything from the inside of the circle. So you so it can look like it's a real circle. Now, I'm missing this circle part. I'm going around it. When the higher you go up, the less pressure because that's where the light hit. But the farther you go down, you start pressing down harder. So as you can see, it's starting like a circle. See? So now I'm just steady shading my circle. And you could be using your Q-tip and you could just be shading with that. Make sure you keep that space between your shadow and the ball so you can get that 3D effect. So make sure you keep that little space. But even if you close the space, you can always use your eraser to fix it. So now we just doing our little shading part. And now this is the part that I wanted to show you why I didn't want to draw my lines so thick because I'm gonna eventually erase all the thick lines anyway. So that's why it's better to draw it real light so it'd be easier to erase because when you draw portraits, you don't want to have outlines that are gonna make a person like they're cartoons of like a real portrait. So that's why I gave you that tip at the beginning to draw the circle pretty light, but it's okay. When you done with that shading part right there, I want you to take a picture of it and send it to me on Snapchat so I can see um, where you at, how good are you following directions, and any tips I can give you. So once you're done with this, take a picture of where you at and send it to me on Snap, and I'm gonna check it out, and then we're gonna continue from there. So I'm waiting on you. All right, I got the Snap. I'm gonna check it out now. You fat? All right, that look good. I kind of figured you was gonna use regular paper. That's pretty cool though, cause if you ain't got typing paper like me, it's okay. That's pretty. Oh, that look real good. All right. So let me. Oh yeah, that look real nice. Look almost like mine. So it's just now we gonna. What I want you to do is add a little bit more shading. So it look like you don't have enough shading inside the whole circle. So to get more shading, all you have to do is add more pigment up on your paper. So more dark, add more dark, and then you can use this pigment to smear your circle. So I'm using this and I'm spreading it around my circle. So I want you to make your whole circle like in the shade. It don't have to be super dark up here, but I want it to be like some shading up there. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty neat. I like it. No problem. Now, while you're doing that, I'm gonna give you your last secret weapon, and it's this eraser. I'm gonna tell you right now, your eraser is a tool. It's not to erase after you mess up. That's not what eraser for. Your eraser is mainly for your highlights. So I will be using this eraser to pick these thick lines up so I can either dab it or I can just erase them. That's what the eraser for is, to pick these thick lines up that we made in the beginning so the ball can look more round. So I'm erasing them thick lines. That's why you can't see the lines because you're not really supposed to see the lines, but you're supposed to know that they're there so it can guide you. So I'm gonna erase these thick lines that we made in the beginning. I'm also going to erase the lines that's on the outside of our shadow because we need more blending instead of a thick line. It's gonna look more like a cartoon. If you see I'm not doing like this, I'm really just picking it up like that. So erase them little thick lines that we made. It just come with practice. You'll get it with practice. Always use your tissue to wipe off your paper because if you use your finger, you might have grease on your fingers or sweat or dirt, and that might smudge your paper. But try to get like some tissue or something and wipe it off like that. I'm also going to the line we made in the beginning is erase that line so we can get that highlight effect. So we're gonna erase these lines right here. You see, I'm just dabbing it and picking up the lines. I'm not doing like this. I'm just really just dabbing it because it's picking up the lines like that. So we can get that round effect. How my circle looking to you? Let me know when you're ready for me to keep continuing. Because that's pretty much we pretty much done. It's just we're gonna do the same steps over and over and over and over until we render our ball or our shape into how we want it in our shadows. So let me know when you're ready for me to continue. Just say continue, thumbs up, keep going, I'm ready, or anything. Just let me know. All right, thank you. All right. So next is I want to give that little effect. So that thin line that we supposed to save the space, we can fix it because I kind of shaded it in. So, but we're gonna make like a real thin line between the ball and the shadow, so we can get that 3D effect. So it's gonna look like the ball is floating in the air. It's gonna look like it's really off the table or something. So we really just making the line. It already was there. We just filling it back in and fixing it. So as you can see now, the ball look like it's got a shadow. That will make your portraits and drawings look so pretty cool. See that? It looks so nice. And you always, if you ever take too much, just take your Q-tip and fill it back into the part where you took too much out at, and that's really it. So next, pretty much, I want to show you what I call. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let me keep going with the highlights. So you want to highlight up here too. So now I got the highlight up there. I got this highlight. Make sure you do the highlight on the outside of the ball too. So it give that effect. So I'm gonna make one right here too. So it get that ball effect. That's why I wish this line went there, even though we made it so thick, but it's okay. It's just from practice and experience. But it'll get better over time. So I made that effect, and I got this coming. Keep going up a little bit higher so you can get that cool effect. That looks so nice to me. It looks like a real ball. I'm gonna I told your mom that I'm gonna send you some art kits. So I'm gonna put you some stuff together like paper, pencil, stuff like that, so you can draw with tracing paper, um, typing paper, some pencils and stuff. All right, I see it. I see the highlights. Yeah, that's pretty neat. So I want to teach you one more thing before I end this live, and I want to teach you your shading value or your value scale. So if you can, try to find something like a ruler, a book, another piece of paper, or something that you can trace a straight line with. So I'm gonna use this. I just found this, my little pencils, and draw a straight line up on your paper so we can do the value chart. It don't have to be um, the whole page, but it can be a nice little link. We're gonna make 5 boxes. We're gonna make 5 boxes real quick. So I'm going to say that's one, that's two, that's three, one, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 5. Try to make them all the same size. I kind of messed up, so I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Try to make them as close to the same size as possible. It's just gonna show you your values. That's it. I can use the box again to make the straight line at the top. So it's pretty much like drawing a ruler or something. So we just drew a ruler pretty much with 5 boxes. Yours is really good. It's because I've been doing this for a long time and I've been practicing. That's the only reason why. So I'm pretty sure if you keep doing this over and over and over, you're gonna get it just like me. So once you learn how to shade and all that, yours gonna look way better than mine. So we got 5 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number one, number two, number three, number four, number 5. Okay, for number one, we're gonna put that's white, or you can say light. And that just pretty much means that there's no shade at all inside number one. So it's gonna be a blank or just full on with a light hit. So we can put the arrow right here. Draw the arrow, and that's number one. That's white. And you can see that it's white because there's nothing right there inside that circle. It's just white. because that's where the light hit. The light hit right there, and there's nothing right there. So that's number one. Yeah, I wish I had a better quality. I got better cameras and stuff and better lighting. Next time, I promise you, I have way better for you. So we're gonna say number two is medium light. We're gonna say that medium light. MEDIUM light. LIGHT. Or you can say light gray. LIGHT gray. And that's pretty much the spot right after the white. So you'll want to shade it in as light as possible. So it's just like you're not even really coloring it in, but you is just a little bit. So you can get that little gray effect. So that'll be number two. Your boxes don't have to be as big as mine. They can be small, they can be bigger, but it's just showing you the value. Let me know if I'm moving too fast. You need me to slow down. I can slow down for you, but we just making our value chart so we can get our shading on point. So as you can see, I made that as light as I could. So I'm not putting no pressure on it. I'm just really just putting some pigment on the paper. And after you do that, you can use your shading stick, your Q-tip, your tissue, whatever you use. You can even use your hand to shade. I want you to just shade it in so you can see it on the paper. And that's light. That's medium light or light gray, however you want to say it. Or pretty much just a layer. So that's that. Then for number two, wait, I want to label number two. So we can say number two is like right here, because you see that it get a little bit darker. So that's number two. Light gray. So as you can see, it's full white, and then you see number two is kind of light gray. The speed, it's perfect. All right, I'm glad, because some people learn faster, some people learn slower. Some people might say, show me that one more time, or some people might say, just keep going. So I'm glad you kind of like me, like show me one example, I got it, and then we on it. So that's number two. Number three, we gonna just say it's just gray, because it's not light or it's not dark. It's gonna just be gray. So we're gonna just say gray, or we can just say medium. So it's not light medium, it's just regular medium. And it's pretty much a little bit darker than number two. So we'll press down a little bit harder so you can get a little darker effect. And now you see your values. And we got two more and then we done. So as you can see, that's a little bit darker than number two. So I'll shade that in also. Now I got white, which is that circle. I got light or medium gray or medium light, which is right outside of that circle. And then I got medium, which is regular gray, just regular gray. And you can find that light right here. So I'm gonna bring the arrow over a little bit. You will see it better once you put all the rest of the layers on. So that'll be number three. And that's medium. And number 4 is gonna say dark gray. I don't know why. I don't know why I put gray medium. It's supposed to say medium gray, but it's okay. So we're gonna say number 4 is dark gray. And just go a little bit darker. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and use one of my shading pencils because I don't have to put no pressure down. But it's all pretty much the same. It's just you can get the same effect with a regular pencil. You gotta just press down harder. But with one of these pencils that I got, I don't have to press down as hard because it's already got the pigment in it for me. That's all. That's the only difference it is. I got the same pencil as you. I don't have to press down as hard. That's it. So your number 2 pencil is perfect. It's just I'm kind of lazy right now, so I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. But this is dark gray. And shade that in with your tortilla, your shading stick, or your pencil. I mean, not your pencil, but whatever you're using to shade with, you shade that in. And you can see that like dark gray. You can see that right here where the shadow went. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm sorry. No, I'm sleepy. I messed up. And that's number 4. Number 4, dark gray. I'm spelling wrong, yeah. Let me get up out of here. Let me hurry up. Okay. And that's dark gray. And number 5. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Or say okay, or give me a K, or give me a symbol or a sign to say like I'm still here, I'm focused, and I'm ready. We got one box left, and let's get it. I got a quick question for you. I know I want to be done by 9. I know you got to get to bed. I know you got school tomorrow. So, all right. So number 5, what you give me a guess, or what you think number 5 gonna be? What shade do you think number 5 gonna be? Give me a guess. Let me get a guess. No right or wrong answer. There's no you got an F. What do you think number 5 gonna be? Somebody's calling me. Not calling me. Not right now. I'm doing the class. What do you think number 5 gonna be? Can you hear me? Yes, ma'am. You 100% correct. And it's really dark. It's black. So you don't want to see nothing. You got it. So just cover number 5 and as hard as you can. That's the part that you're gonna see on porches where it's really dark. So cover that in as hard as you can. Don't poke a hole in the paper. Look, yeah, it's black, really dark. And as you see, we don't have number 5 on here right now. Number 5 supposed to be like right here with a ball and what's the name hit, so we can fill it in 2 right now too. So that's what really number 5 supposed to be at. It's supposed to be with a ball and the table hit. So if we was to have number 5 on here, this is what number 5 would be at. So it would make the ball look like it's really floating, as you can see. So this would be number 5. So number 5 is dark, black. You can say really dark, like you said, or you can say black. Yeah, yeah, good answer. I like that. Yeah, you got it. So I'm fill that in as black as I could. And you can shade your black circle in too. So usually what I do, I have something to shade with for super black. So I make either a new one or I use a real old one that I used before, and I shade my blacks in with that. So this is pretty much your value to be number 5 that I showed you, super black. So that's number 5, black, aka no light. So you see the light is up here, and the opposite of that is black, and you see the black is at the bottom. So once you really get your value chart and from your lights to your dark, you can understand how portraits work and making stuff look real. So pretty much only thing we got to do is do the same steps that we did from beginning to the end over and over and over and over and over until we get it to how we want it. So what I would do if this was me drawing this circle, I keep adding my dark as good as possible. You don't want to fill the whole circle in black, but you want to make it look like it's an effect. So I add my dark until I get it to a point where I feel like this is how I want my shadow to look. So that's your dark. And I do my shading or blending. You can say shading or blending. Blend it in. And then I use my highlight and highlight a little bit, the part that we got dirty. And now that's it. So I do the same steps over and over for all of them. So now I want to add my dark gray right here. So make that is dark gray. So I'm getting that super ball effect. So there go my dark gray. And it's giving you the direction. Got my dark gray. See, I put too much right there, but I can always just erase it with the eraser. So I can highlight it with the eraser. So I got my dark gray. Fill it in to how I like it. Then I do my shade. And I do my shade with my Q-tip, tissue, finger, whatever I'm using the shade with. And I got my dark gray. Now I'm gonna do my highlight, the parts that I filled in too much. So I'm picking up the what's the name a little bit, picking up my highlight. See, I don't like the ball floating off the paper. So as you can see that little space between my dart, and you see space between the ball. So it looked like the ball is floating in the air and it's off the table. He said my sister is so loud. You gotta get some headphones. So do you need me to repeat myself? Did I say something? I mean, did you miss something that I said? And that's pretty much it. So it's the same steps over and over. This live is recorded, so you can always go back and watch it over and over if you need like more help and tips. But that's pretty much what a drawing is. You're doing the same steps over and over and over and over, repeating. So you're gonna draw, shade, highlight, repeat. That's it. I drew, I shade, and I highlight. I'm doing the same thing over and over till this ball is how I want it. So I can do the same thing for every aspect of the drawing. So I can keep putting my highlights in up here. I can make my circle more rounder. So I can make it more of make it more of a round uh circle instead of an oval one. So I can add highlights right here so it'll look more round. And if I take too much, just take some out. So now it's looking more round and it's looking more like an oval. So as you can see, I'm making a real ball. All right. So thank you for watching my live. We got plenty more. I just wanted you to get the basic. Um, I will be writing you and asking you a couple questions of how you think about the teaching. Was it easy? Was it hard? Did you learn something? Would you be interested in watching more or learning more tutorials from me? But thank you so much, and I know you probably got school in the morning, so good night, and I will talk to you later. Do you need anything else before I end this live? Like, got any questions? All right, I will write you on Snapchat. Thank you for coming.